Morning, everyone. Thanks a lot for being here. My name is Mario. I'm also Italian, so I have a lot of gestures. I'm the CEO and co-founder of an early-stage startup, which is called Twinical, which stands for Twin Surgical. So we are a medtech startup focusing on improving surgical assistant for cancer treatment in liver and other visceral organs. So today, I would like it to be more of an open exchange in between me and you about opportunities and challenges in AI-based medical devices. So today, AI feels like a must-have. So if you don't do artificial intelligence, you're kind old school. So you see, in the news, LinkedIn, social networks, I would say, exciting results of artificial intelligence and also, bad news, seat OpenAI. But at some point, when you want to integrate a robust artificial intelligence into a medical device, you need to get a good reality check, meaning that to be able to have a fully functional AI-based medical device, you need some sort of approval from someone else who isn't really going to be easy on you. So you will really have to prove that your artificial intelligence is at least as good as the standard practices. Today, I would say in the surgical field, so surgery, it's the best way still to treat cancer, to provide patients with the option of being cancer-free in their future lives. However, we still have a lot of room for improvement. And we provide this improvement with what we call digital twins. So basically, we provide a planning and navigation platform specific for soft tissue. So it's basically a continuous real-time patient-specific assistant for surgeons. It's basically surgical GPS when surgeons have to plan their trip and also execute it in the operating room. So we start from standard CT images, which are really difficult to interpret. It is really difficult to actually understand the 3D geometry of the liver, of the abdominal cavity. So from these images, we are able to compute something like this, which is much easier to understand. So you have the liver, the vessels, the tumor position, so you get instantaneously what's the anatomical geometry of the patient. And so in the first planning phase, we are able to use these models not only to understand what we are going to do, but really to lay out a surgical roadmap of what we are going to do. And once we approve this, we go directly into the operating room. So here's an example of a liver open surgery. So you get the liver, which is with some metastasis around, and we overlay the model on the liver. So we get the liver to be transparent. And this model, not only is it precise enough for the clinical case, but we are able to deform it in real time while the surgeon is manipulating the real liver. So there's a lot of technology inside, and of course we have some kind of artificial intelligence inside, but we really need to ask ourselves if embedding artificial intelligence I would say, generates enough value from a product standpoint with respect to the hurdles and obstacles we need to overcome when submitting to a formal certification. So as you may know, medical devices have to receive a formal approval for each market. So for example, in the US, you've got to talk to the FDA, so the Food and Drug Administration. In Europe, there are a bunch of notified bodies that need to issue the so-called CE mark. And actually, there is a huge gap in between artificial intelligence capabilities and what the actual notified body knows, understand, and is, I would say, able to certify with a lot of confidence. So as a medical device entrepreneur, it's our job to know what to expect, to evaluate the I would say the value that we provide with artificial intelligence, which is not only choosing the best neural network architecture. There is a lot going on also at the frontiers of artificial intelligence. For example, something that we usually tend to consider not as important as the network itself is the database for training, for validation. So how good is our database? On top of this, is our database certified, qualified? Because we need surgeons to ensure that our database is really what we claim it to be. To make you an example, we will have to use at some point standard surgical images, and we claim that we know how to find out the tumor. So we need a data set with images that actually represent the tumor position, but all of these images have to be checked out by an expert. And in our field, the expert is the surgeon. So this requires time, requires money, requires also that we need to deal with hospitals and all those, I would say, healthcare providers that have within themselves all the data that we need. So it's really difficult we need to find a sweet spot in between what we want to do in the short term. How are we going to engage with hospitals to have high quality databases which have anonymous data, which are sufficient enough for our AI to be compliant with what we claim, and also to be compliant with what we are doing mostly in the short term. I've had a lot of discussions with medtech entrepreneurs. Today, the idea that we have of artificial intelligence, but you may speak your mind if you do not agree. We think of AI as a beast that can do anything. So basically, we tell the AI, please, so if we were in a perfect world, I could tell an AI, please, just do this surgery. I mean, why not? Maybe in 50 years. But today, we need to maybe to reconsider the strength of AI and trying to we need to reconsider the weaknesses of the AI and try to leverage its strengths. For example, we should maybe try and have the AI solve one simple specific task. So in this, for example, in our case, please, we asked the AI to find one tumor in the right part of the liver, which is specific enough so that we are able to decrease the dataset size, we are able to increase the computational speed. So the optimal in between what we ask as scientists and what we ask as entrepreneur. It's a very difficult one, but we have the duty to find it to be able to provide patients with an artificial intelligence which is actually useful and used. Yeah, so if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to discuss. Yeah.
Did you go through a CE mark process or not yet?
So she asked whether I went through the CE mark process. No, we are very early stage. We already have, I would say, a set of hypotheses onto how to approach this. I've talked actually to one notified body, but still no formal procedure. We are in the process of constituting what's called the technical documentation. So you have to describe what you do, how you do, and how you test it. Yeah. Yeah.
How do you represent this outcome on the image or on the video?
So basically what we do is either augmented reality, so we have a video and we enhance the information with our model, or it's going to be mixed reality, so with the use of augmented reality glasses, so you can actually see the real environment, and when we project into your retina the information. Don't be shy. You're welcome. Thanks a lot for listening.